as a real estate agent, I am not allowed to make comments on any disclosures or any inspections because I'm not licensed to do so, but I am allowed to point out things that they should be aware of or that they should take a look at. Well, these disclosures clearly had disclosure from the seller that there had been water intrusion on the property, and they used the word mold, which we can't use, but they had said that there's mold, and they said there are holes in the siding, and they had indicated things that are very important to look at as a buyer, because they could be very dangerous, they could be very costly. And so when I sent those to my client, I said, I want you to pay particular attention to these disclosures that, that indicate the water intrusion and the TDS, which is the transfer disclosure statement, that the seller discloses things that they know of the property, is all the material facts they know. I want you to pay particular attention to what they said. Well, because even the testing for mold is not inexpensive. So when you are in contract on a property and you conduct these inspections, it costs the buyer money. Should you find things that you don't like, and then the seller will not comply with a credit or remediation, now you're out this money and then you don't buy the property. So you really, really have to be thoughtful before you dive into these things. And I always try to get my clients to think financially and think like a business rather than emotionally, because you can always find another property to buy, right? You always can. And so you want to really look at things from a logical level. And so, that's something that I really wanted to talk about today, is be very, very, very aware of the disclosures and the the way the property looks, and what you're going to have to spend to get the property to a condition that's going to make you happy. And don't settle because you're emotional about wanting to buy anything. That's if I can't give you anything else to leave with today, that's the one thing that I want people to understand, is be very, very careful about inspections. Never go with inspections that are already given to you by a seller. Get your own inspections. If you decide not to get your own inspections, look at those inspections, and if they say that you should get look further into it, get a contractor over there. Get somebody over there to make sure before you go spending hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's not in my best interest to tell you that, because I'm supposed to sell you the house, but it's in your best interest before you buy the house to do that. And I will always tell you to do that. Don't get crazy about the market. Think about your future. Think about the big picture. Always. Let's see, what else? Let's see. That's really the biggest thing is, know the area that you're going to buy in. Pay attention to the neighborhood. I always tell my clients this: whenever you want to buy a property, call the police department in the area, give that address, and ask the police if there have been any incidents in that neighborhood in the past few years. Because you also want to make sure you're not buying a house next to crazy neighbors, right? You need to just really thoroughly check out all aspects of the property. First-time home buyers a lot of times don't think about that. They're so excited they don't think about all those things, but you do need to think about all of that. It's big picture thinking. Zillow. So anyway, that's what I want to tell you. Market's crazy. It's crazy. But my 5 things to do before you start shopping for a home is going to give you the 5 most important things you need to do with lending, with how to write offers, how to look for properties. Really great stuff. And I'm happy to share it with you. I give it to all of my clients. And all you have to do is text me, I want it, and you got it. What else? Okay, so I wanted to show you something here. Some things. Everybody's also worried about are we in a housing bubble? We're not. Let me show you something. So right now, American home equity is skyrocketing. Okay, let me put this up here. The average gain in equity of mortgaged homes has been $26,300. The current average equity people have in homes is $204,000, and about 38% of the homes in the United States are owned free and clear, and there's been a 16.2% increase in equity totaling over $1.5 trillion. So here's the thing. We are not going to have a housing bubble like we had in 2006. Everybody's thinking, let me get this out of my face. But the thing is, back in 2006, people were just spending stupid money and getting these crazy loans. Right now, most homes in America, people have this kind of equity. I don't know if you can see my mouse, but most people have at least $200,000 worth of equity in their homes. Even if they can't afford to pay for them anymore because the economy tanks, they are not likely to go into foreclosure. They're more likely to sell them, and so we're not going to have this housing bubble where people are going into foreclosure. And in the United States, there's been a $26,000 gain in equity, and there's 38% of the houses in America, people don't owe any money on them. So that's a misnomer. The other thing I wanted to show you is that the residential real estate market's on its biggest tear since 2006. Now, that was just before the housing bubble burst and set off a global recession. But in nearly every meaningful way, today's market, like I was telling you, is the inverse of the previous boom. Because in the mid-2000s, there were loose mortgages, the standards. It was nuts back then. It was crazy. I lived it. People with poor credit histories, people with no money, people with ridiculous jobs were getting homes that they could not afford. They were way beyond their means, and these mortgages were, had really low mortgages that were going to triple with mortgages per month, which were 3 times what these people made. That's not happening anymore. And so now we have a demand for homes that's outpacing new listings, right? The buyer competition is continuing to intensify, and on average there are 4 offers per home for every home that closed in February. Now that's nationally. It's been even crazier than that. One of my friends had 70 offers on a home in California, but here in our area there's 13 offers, 9 offers, 5 offers. I mean, it's crazy. There's so much buyer demand right now. But according to NAR, this is February, because we're still getting like February reporting. The Confidence Index report is a monthly survey of the realtors about their transactions. So one year ago, there were 2 or 3 buyers for every home sold. Now the intense competition has led to double-digit price growth and property selling in record time. To get back to a healthy supply, listen to this. This will blow you away. To get back to a healthy supply level equivalent to 6 months of monthly demand, which is what a healthy market is, we need an additional 2.7 million homes to be on the market for sale. That's according to the National Association of Realtors. Unbelievable. So we need 2.7 million more homes on the market to get 6 months of inventory. Yeah, that's what we need. Okay, let's see what else. So this is just showing you the average number of offers received on the most recent closed sales, which I told you it's more. I just thought these were interesting. So the annual home price appreciation, if you look at this, so this is the average annual appreciation is, in like 2005 is 11.4%, but this was not healthy. Right now, in 2020, 9.2% a year is the average annual appreciation. That's pretty darn good. So that's that. And okay, the default risk in the mortgage market. This is interesting too, because let's see, if you look at, here's 2008 when things were really bad. So the product risk, right, was way up here, and the borrower risk was here. So you had really bad lending products, and then it got better. Here's, it still wasn't too good here, but here's how it is right now. And so the borrower risk is way down here, because as you all know, getting a mortgage is not easy. You have to have good credit, good income. So the risk for defaults in the mortgage industry is not that great. So mortgage, I showed you this already. This is a great indication of where we're at. So that is my first reunion with the old Friday Facts, which is now called Real Estate Talk with Leslie DeLuca. The inaugural 20 minutes, I think I went over today. I went over a little bit. 20 minutes every Friday, Real Estate Facts with Leslie DeLuca. Just if you want your 5 things that you need to know before shopping for a home, just text I want it to 831-322-6080. My team will get it right out to you. If you'd like a 15-minute strategy session on where you're at in the real estate world, you can direct message me. I'm happy to set that up for you. We could do it by Zoom. And as always, direct message me any questions you have. And look out for me every day on the Daily DeLuca. Have a great weekend, and I will see you. It's a beautiful day. I'll see you out there in the sunshine.